And we are going to be talking about fucking Disney. That's what we are. We went to,
where full, and then they were like,
so, yeah, man, today we are going to be talking about MegaCon.
Yeah, I love
Yeah, but who the hell cares about wildlife anyway?
Right.
And we are going to be talking about fucking Disney. That's what we are.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to T. I already started fucking up. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Nerd Archive podcast. As always, my name is Lewis. I got with me Justin, Yadi, and Lola. And before we get started, we have a previously on. So,
what's going on, nerds? This is Ryan. Previously on the Nerd Archive podcast, Lola continues her commanding lead on the nerd quote game, proving women across the world right that men don't listen. The nerds talk about Fast and Furious 32 or however many of those terrible movies they've made, and through that, we find out that Lewis has a secret crush on Jason Momoa. Does his boyfriend at Wendy's know about this? They start talking about some Dragon Ball movie or something. I don't know. I dozed off, took a nap. And then Lewis threatened me for saying that jerk Mufasa had it coming. Lewis chooses soul-sucking as a superpower. I already feel like my soul is slowly dying every time I hear him. And finally, we learn that Justin has a fetish for fat guys with beards. Look out, Chris Yob. Let's see what the nerd crew gets into this week.
all right. That was Ryan. Thank you, dude. My boyfriend at Wendy's has no idea, so thank you for pointing that out. Lola, yes, you are ahead, as you will continue because you listen and I don't.
I don't know if I listen or if it's just that need, like, you know, growing up with Hispanic parents, if you don't get the best grades, you're fucking grounded.
Oh shit!
So you're
So now that's been, well, now I've been, you know, if I don't
Sounds
get it,
good.
Do
Sounds
it, Ryan.
it's not gonna happen.
Do it.
Ryan's in the chat, my ladies and gentlemen. He is in the chat right now. What's up, dude? All right, so let's get started with the nerdy quote of the week.
Sounds like a plan. That's right, everybody. Time to test the host's nerdy knowledge once again with this week's nerdy quote of the week.
Yes, you had it ready this week.
I have it saved too, so I don't have to fuck with it every time. All right. So the hosts and the viewers already know the rules, so I won't go into that little spiel. We'll just get right into it. We got a double header this time for our 50th episode, and a different list I'm drawing from this time.
What? Not Star Wars or
It's not
Marvel?
Star Wars. It's not Marvel. I'm wondering,
Oh,
should I
shit.
tell you? Should I tell you what franchise it is, or should I leave you in the dark?
Yay! I'm already losing.
Nah,
Dark.
no, actually, yeah, I've got two quotes from the Wizarding World franchise. So let's see how you guys do. All right, the first quote is, "I hope you're pleased with yourselves. We could all have been killed or worse, expelled. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to bed."
That's Hermione, and she Hermione Granger, and that is in Harry Potter the second movie.
Okay, so that's Lewis. That's Lewis. All right, Yadi.
I forgot it. Can you repeat it again? Because Lewis got too excited.
And of course, everybody's laughing at him as a result. All right. "I hope you're pleased with yourselves. We could all have been killed or worse, expelled. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to bed."
I already said what I said.
Yadi, you're up.
Hermione, but I'm trying to think if it is the second or the third movie. But just because fighting in this game is staying alive and be above Louise, I'm gonna say the Chambers of Secrets.
Okie dokie, that's Yadi. Lola.
Hermione Granger. Chamber of Secrets.
Okie doke. Everybody went with the Chamber of Secrets. All right. So that quote was stated by Hermione Granger. So everybody got that. And the movie
And
was,
it's the Sorcerer's Stone. Fuck.
yes, it was
Oh, it
Harry
was hard
Potter and the
to
Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, depending on
Philosopher's
what
Stone.
side of the pond you're on. So everybody missed that one. All right. So we'll go straight into the second quote. This one's going to be probably a little bit more difficult. Here we go. If you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals.
This is a Harry Potter quote?
Yep.
Can you repeat that in a sentence in British, please? You don't have to.
If you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. I think that could be a book quote rather than
Is
a
it-
movie quote, but
Is it something Fantastic Beasts as well is included in all this, or just at first
well, the list I have right now
doesn't say?
just has the first of the Harry Potter. I gotta look through and get some Fantastic Beast quotes. But
No, that's okay.
at some point they will be included. So it does narrow you down a little bit.
Yeah,
Repeat it
okay.
one more time.
Nine movies. Yeah. And like 185,000 characters. It narrows it down. Can you repeat it?
I've heard it before, so I gotta.
If you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals.
Hmm.
I'm gonna just jump the gun here. I don't know the name of the character, but I can explain it. It is a professor, from Half Blood Prince. That professor's name is the one in the couch.
Oh, can I give him the name of the professor?
Go ahead.
Loghorn?
Foghorn.
Lockhorn.
Did you say Lockhorn or Slughorn?
Is it Loghorn or Slughorn? It's something Loghorn. If there's an S before, I don't know.
It's a silent S.
I doubt it. No, I know there's a character that goes
Oh.
by Slughorn.
Oh,
I
then
think Ryan
Slughorn, yeah.
ruined it.
I'm gonna go with Hagrid.
Bird horse.
And I'm gonna go with Chamber of Secrets.
Okay, so that's Lewis. Yadi's was
Well, like it's in the chat. Don't listen to Luis. He got it in the chat.
Is it? I don't know.
I'm not gonna say it. Can I change the movie and the character?
Just do it.
Nah.
Just say something.
what was your original guess if you're sticking with that?
The original one?
Yeah, what was your first guess since you seem to be sticking with that? I forgot
really
because
wrong.
we're all laughing about this shit.
It is wrong. It is Hagrid in the Azkaban, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay, so that's your guess.
I'm gonna say Sirius Black. In Order of the Phoenix.
Okay, so that's Lola's guess. Righty then. So that quote was stated by Sirius Black. So Lola got that one. And that was from Goblet of Fire.
Ah, damn it.
At least she only got one. So
Oh, man.
You know what?
All
Fuck
right.
this game.
And there goes Lewis again. All right, folks, that does it for this week's doubleheader. The scores at the end of these two rounds this round stand at Lola still with a commanding lead at 19 points, Yadi at 14 points, and Lewis at 13. So that does it for this week's nerdy quote of the week.
You
And
have
now on to
points.
our feature presentation.
All
Take
right,
away.
guys. Forget about this game. This game is trash. But with that being said, there was two quotes this week, and you know why? Just you know why. You guys know why? Because this is episode 50,
Mm.
the
50.
big 50. I didn't know we were gonna make it this far. Actually, I was surprised that we. Yeah. Ooh, yay.
The fact that
Um,
you didn't think we'd make it this far is a little bit insulting to all of us and yourself.
I know. Exactly.
Think about that.
Well, I mean, part of me kind of thought that some of us would start to get bored with it, and I don't know what to tell you. I want to keep this going for as long as we still have that drive.
500 episodes. Let's go.
We're coming for you. No. Screw that. Aim for the fucking stars. You want to know what we want to get to, or the kind of popularity we want to get to? Fucking Joe Rogan.
Yes.
That's right, folks.
The most
we're gonna do
most
two-
popular fucking podcast on the planet. You watch out, Joe Rogan. We're coming for you.
You heard it. You heard it here first.
We're gonna record
Because-
every day, and we're gonna release it that same day, right, Luis?
No.
We can start smoking weed and saying raunchy shit.
I mean,
Aren't we
Stop
kind
eating
of?
gummies.
I was gonna say, aren't we kind of halfway there at this point? When
yeah.
we do say raunchy shit from time to time. Maybe not on
Yes,
every
we do.
episode,
From
but
time
close
to
it.
time, but we need to step
Ramp
up
it
our
up.
fucking game.
Those are rookie numbers, damn it.
We need to be in the verge of getting canceled every single time. All right. So, with that being said, this episode we have something very special. Last weekend was the PlayStation showcase.
Mm.
And we got a bunch of amazing things that they actually showed. A lot of things that we were like, okay. But then a lot of the trailers that they showed us for the upcoming games for this year are fucking amazing. So I'm really excited about the games that are coming up. And so, talking about the games, let's start off with what are the games that you guys are most excited about? Or not just games, but anything that they showed that you're most excited about in this showcase.
I know one game that I think pretty much every one of us can agree is like one of the best ones to come out of that showcase is fucking Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Yes, sir.
I think that we can all count as one of our more exciting games to come out of
Yeah.
that showcase. I am
That gameplay though.
super. Yes, it's really cool seeing the Venom Spidey, the new powers that the new abilities that Miles has.
Yeah. The
you know-
Hadouken.
Yes, that. Oh my god, I should have got a soundbite of that for this, but I didn't even think about that. It is what it is. having the Killer Croc on there for the first time, which was really cool because he wasn't in the first game, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the second. I haven't played the second one yet, so fucking
Craven. Yes.
Craven the Hunter.
I was about to say that. Yeah, Craven the Hunter was super, super cool.
For the looks of it, it looks like he's going to be the main villain. Or
at
to an
first
extent.
glance, at first glance, it looks like he's going to be the main villain, but I have a feeling it's going to jump to. I got a feeling it's going to wind up jumping to Venom, maybe.
Actually, my theory is that the villain is going to be Peter Parker because
That's
he's going
my
to be
job.
changing. He's going to be changing with
How dare
the symbiote. And his attitude is going to, like in Spider-Man 3. Yeah, he's going to become up to that certain point because he's trying to help.
You can tell in the gameplay.
Yeah, he's trying to
He's
basically help. What's his name? His friend, Oscar, whatever.
Dr. Connors.
No. So he's trying to help
Harry.
And
because
and
he's
Harry
sick.
Osborn.
Yeah, he's sick. He's trying to get to him basically through the game, and he's probably gonna do whatever needs to be done to save him, and that's gonna cause him to.
Which
go
we can
dark.
tell by the way that he interacts with people. Like he saved in the gameplay that we saw, he saved someone from getting hit by the plane that crashed that they destroyed, and he literally picked him up, got him out of the way, and threw him.
Pretty much. Like you can, and you pretty much know when it comes to the Venom suit how it's gonna enhance and emphasize those aggressive emotions and things like that.
Right.
And you can tell even just by the inflection in his voice that like it's really like getting its claws into him, so to speak. And I don't think Peter Parker is going to be necessarily the main villain at the end of it. Like you might wind up having to fight him. I think that'll be my theory. Like you wind up having to fight him, I'd say about midway through the game.
Until he gets rid of the
Miles.
symbiote.
Right, exactly. And
then the symbiote becomes the villain.
Pretty much.
Because this is basically probably carrying from the movie where a little bit stayed out, like a little symbiote stayed and is becoming whatever it is now. So.
Right. Because you
Do
can
we
tell
think
that
that
Miles
we're-
is
Not
confused.
fully from the movie though, but
Right.
you can
somewhat. Tell Miles is like confused. It's like
he can.
what?
He
He
can
just
sense
thinks that it's a
too.
new suit, not that it's like almost a new entity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At first, yes, and then he can tell that something's amiss, but he can't quite place it yet. Which they're gonna explore that within like the game itself. And so, depending on I think how long the game actually is, I think it's gonna go from Peter to Eddie Brock, which means they have to introduce Eddie early on in the game so that they build his character.
Ryan says that Spider-Man is going to be infamous, like the game Infamous. And I see it, but no.
We're hoping not.
I mean, Infamous was like actually a good game, but
right. But they need something. I mean, at this point, there's nothing original because everything has been done. But
pretty much, I think
copy pasting is not great.
Yeah, not necessarily. I mean, you got to find some way to make it at least somewhat unique, and try something that either hasn't been done before or hasn't been done to death.
Right.
I mean, I didn't think they were gonna put new powers on Miles because the powers we already had in the game were pretty awesome, and including making zip lines and whatnot. That's actually pretty cool.
Right. That reminds me a lot of the Arkham games. There's a lot of things that they do in this game that reminds me of that. Like when you have the zip line is something that you can do on the Arkham games. In the later ones, once obviously they develop a little bit better, but the way that if he's above a villain, he shoots the web and then they end up hanging. That's exactly what Batman does in the games. So
Yeah,
They-
they have a lot of new stuff for the stealth movements and whatnot
Right.
now.
Oh yeah. I think what you were looking for, as far as like good guy from the first game becoming bad guy in the second game, would be Prototype. If anybody remembers that game.
yes, and
I played the second one.
I played the first one, loved it. Haven't played the second one. I've seen playthroughs of it, so it's really cool.
Right. And the opposite was Force Unleashed. You start off as a Padawan or an apprentice, and then end up betraying him and turning into the light side, which is completely opposite. But
Pretty much.
I
Wasn't
can
that
see
after wasn't that after Vader tries to kill him?
Well, he tries to kill him because he in the first one they have a plot together. Their plot is to take over the Empire. And at the end, I think that the Emperor finds out that what's his name? Starkiller is trying to take over the Empire. So Vader sees that he can't do it anymore. So he kind of turns on him. And this is all his plan and whatever. It was kind of like a pussy move, if you think about it. But I also think the biggest problem with Starkiller, well, in Vader's eyes, was that their plot was to send him into the Jedi Order, or not the Jedi Order, but the remaining of the Jedi Order and the rebels, and trying to make him like a spy. And then he actually sees that the rebels are doing the right thing, and that's when he starts switching. So that's why do we always end up on Star Wars? I don't know.
It is what it is. All right,
moving on
moving
on from that. Did you guys see because they did show a small trailer introducing Kraven? I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yep.
It's in the jungle, and then they show one of his minions shows him a map of New York City.
Yeah. Pretty much a
And
lead in
right.
into the gameplay reveal for the new
Right.
Spider-Man game.
So they show all these characters in the map. I paused it so I can get the names of everybody. There was a couple that I didn't get to see because it was too fast, and even if I paused it, it was blurry.
Oh yeah.
Too furious.
Yeah, too furious. We had Black Cat, we have Prowler, we have Wraith, we have Tombstone, and we have Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Yeah. Castmaster. Are we? I hope that we get to see all those in the game. That is not a DLC pack that you get to see if you want to fight them and whatever.
I think they will just have him in the game because the cat one, she was DLC in the older game, and then the Taskmaster was already in the previous game too. So.
Right.
Ryan in the chat. New name for the podcast. 7 degree. What is it? 7 degrees to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Why not 50 Shades of Star Wars?
Ooh.
No.
Okay. All right. So now that we all agreed on Spider-Man, what is another feature or equipment or game, anything that you were excited about?
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yes.
Very excited for that. Very excited for that.
I am very excited about that, but for some reason the graphics didn't blow me away. It's like they went back to almost like Xbox One
do the work in it.
Maybe, but also at the same time, it may be part of like the aesthetic of the original Assassin's Creed games.
Right. Maybe that's what they're going for.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I was thinking.
Okay. I can see that.
Could be but that's the thing though. They're not. They don't really seem to have that much time left to, as far as like putting polish into it, because it's coming out in October.
Right.
So it is
I
coming
think
out.
what we
this
got
year.
is what we got.
Yeah.
Yadi, what were you going to say that you're excited about?
I'm excited about the Beat Saber. Just kidding. The Beat Saber is gonna beat it all. I
Beat
don't
it
know.
all.
No, like the actual game that I'm excited about. That I don't think I've ever played or anything, but I really like the gameplay of it. It's the what's the name of it? Ghost, what's it? Not Ghostrunner. It's the Phantom Blade.
Oh yeah.
Phantom Blade Zero.
Yes.
That looked pretty cool. That looked like a game that I'll get into. It's fast paced. It's not like slow punch here. It is
Right.
fast paced, and I really like that.
It
I think-
seems like it's like it's akin to Dark Souls, except set in like feudal Japan.
Right.
And
Also,
so you
they-
have like 66 days to live. So I'm wondering if they're gonna I'm wondering what that whole premise is about. Like, do you only have like a certain amount of time to get to to finish the game before you die and have to start over, or is that just like part of the story where you're going from area to area, and then the story is like, oh, you have this much time to live, like they're making it part of the story.
Right. It gave me a vibe of like an Asian version of The Lord of the Rings. And the reason I say that is because there's these guardians or warriors that you have to fight that they showed in the trailer that do you remember those in The Lord of the Rings, the knights that it was the helmet and all you can see was the helmets had like an open mouth, but it was like black smoke and they were all covered in black smoke, kind of. They look like the mentors, but they
Are
were
you
like
talking about they live inside, not inside the ring, but like they're part of the ring? He can only see them if he has the ring on.
yeah.
Oh.
It reminded me of that. There's a scene in the first Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
Is it in the first one or in the beginning of the second one that what's his face? God damn it. Frodo. He puts the ring on, and as soon as he puts it on, he gets stabbed.
That's the first movie, yeah.
Right. So that's what reminded me of that knight that stabbed Frodo. Reminds me of, or these knights in this game in Phantom Blade remind me of that.
Gotcha. Yeah, the Nazgul, the ring wraiths.
Yes.
Those guys.
What about you, Justin?
To be honest, I would say Phantom Blade as well. It's a real, honestly, like I said, it's a really cool premise. And like I said, it seems like you said, like a Lord of the Rings set in feudal Japan.
Right.
But it's like I said, to me, it seems like a Dark Souls style game. So I'm wondering if they're going to keep that like premise as well.
Right.
Like if you die, you have to go back to the beginning. I'm not sure, but it seems like one that I would like to play. And then there's one that I definitely want to try. It's probably not going to have a demo, but it's funny as fuck. Helldivers 2.
Mm-hmm.
That one was actually super funny because it's like this funny over the top shooter style, I think, like akin to what Starship Troopers was.
It's funny because that's exactly what I wrote down in my notes.
Same.
It reminds me of Starship Troopers.
Yep. It's weird. I definitely wanna try it, and it's also coming to PC, so I think I'll give it a shot. But
Right. One game that I'm excited about is Street Fighter 6.
yeah, maybe.
Because I think it was the Xbox showcase that they actually announced it the first time.
Yeah.
But they gave us a little bit more
Mhm.
in your story mode. And it reminds me of 2K in the neighborhood and all that you can create your own player, or in this case your own fighter.
Right.
And throughout the game, your story, you meet the real fighters, the street fighters, and it's just like 2K. You have in the neighborhood, you run into real NBA players and things like that.
That's what's got me interested in it, and I haven't been interested in Street Fighter since fucking what was it, Super Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, no, this one seems like it's going to be more story driven. So I think they're doing, I think they're, to me, and this isn't a bad thing, to me, it seems like they're they're capitalizing on how successful the last few, especially with Mortal Kombat 11, how good the Mortal Kombat games have been doing, especially with Mortal Kombat 11 and the incredible story that gave us.
Is it me, or do we feel like we're back in the 90s this year? We have a Mortal Kombat, a Street Fighter, and a Tekken coming out.
And I'm not really too interested in Tekken. It was never really my game.
I liked it a lot because it was, to me, it was like the first fighting game of that generation, like the 3D CGI looking fighting games, like with the Dreamcast and all that. I think that was, I mean, Mortal Kombat was, it was a 2D game, and Street Fighter was as well.
Oh yeah. Well, so was Tekken for the longest time, because Tekken was initially PlayStation 1. First two games.
I thought it was a Dreamcast.
No, first two games I'm pretty sure were PS1, and then Tekken 3 was PlayStation 2. And then I don't know what the rest of the games were after that. But yeah, no, Tekken was never really my thing. I think I played Tekken 3 and then some of Tekken 4. And then playing Mortal Kombat 11 made me realize why I stopped playing Mortal Kombat as long as I did, because I hate the control style and the movement style of the way those games are set up. Like I've always been I've always been a fan of the style of Street Fighter. It's
right.
To me, oh yeah.
I used to like Tekken a lot, actually.
Yeah.
And I remember having it on the PSP. I still have the game somewhere. And that I used to just play that as a handheld console, and just that's the only game I played on it.
And you are correct, sir. PlayStation was the first Tekken.
1995, right? 1994.
94.
Almost.
Yep. Well, actually, it first came out in arcade, but sure.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
But
most
console
of these,
was PlayStation.
right. Yeah, no, most of these games most of these good, like, big fighting games got their start in the arcades before making their way to home console.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it transported Frodo to Jersey. Yeah. All right. So
well, I did call Chris a hobbit in my birthday message.
You did. You went with the short joke. I went with the fat joke. I said I was watching Star Wars the other day, and I didn't know if that was the Death Star or if that was Chris Yob. So.
Oh man.
And I did say, I hope that on your birthday you get your lightsaber wet at home. All right. With that being said, we're gonna go on a short break, and when we come back, we're going to give you a list of other games that were announced on the PlayStation Showcase, and in the last segment, we're gonna have Lola's theories. So don't go anywhere. Stay right here, please. Don't go. All right. We just talked about the PlayStation Showcase and what we're most excited about. So now we're just going to give you a list of the rest of the everything that they talked about. So this cat.
That pussy is gonna get us banned. You gotta.
All right. Metal Gear Solid.
Never gonna play it.
Nope.
Nope.
I never played it, but it's for the fans. I've seen reactions of the fans of the game, and they're like, "Oh my fucking god!" You know, like
Right.
they're really excited about that game.
I would have been excited, but fuck Konami after what they did to Kojima.
Elaborate.
I don't recall like all the details offhand, but they did some shady shit, forced him out of the company, and now he gets none of the credit or royalties on any of the shit that he's created, including Metal Gear Solid. He's got his own game company now, but
So this
like
is this is what we're gonna do. We are not going to buy anything Konami.
pretty much. Well,
Sounds good.
I'm not.
I follow you. Marathon, by Bungie. Hopefully it's good. Destiny 2, The Final Shape, which is I'm assuming it's a new season.
Pretty much.
That's the items are already available. Dragons Dogma 2. This is the thing that I got from this showcase. There is a there is a lot of sequels in this showcase.
Right. Yeah.
Helldivers 2, Alan Wake 2, Dragon's Dogma 2.
Right.
Then you have Final Fantasy 100. No, Final Fantasy 16.
That one looks like it might be interesting. I'm not quite sure about it yet. I want to get some more information on that one though.
Arizona Sunshine 2, which is a zombie game.
That's a no-go for me because I'm getting tired of the zombie shit.
Yep. There's a lot of VR games.
Oh yeah.
Concord, Beat Saber.
Yes, yeah.
Sword of the Sea. That was an interesting trailer.
That one I definitely like. That one I want to touch on real quick because that one is like you, Lewis, and Yadi. I'm not. I don't want to say you won't be interested in it, but it's like something that you might not want to like. You might not be interested because it's similar to. Are you familiar with the game Journey?
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to that. And I enjoyed that game so much. Like it's a good game that's like no pressure, like you kick back, de-stress, something that's like it's super simple to play.
Right.
And this looks so much like that, and I'm pretty sure it's made by the same. It could have been made by the same company because it's the ones that made Journey is that game company. Literally, that's the company it's called. Is that game company?
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely one that I want to check out because I enjoy those games sometimes.
When I saw the name of the game, I'm like, okay, Sword of the Sea.
Right.
And at first, before the trailer started, I'm like, is it going to be a Pirates game? But then
that's what I thought too.
Right. So once I started seeing it, and I'm like, the character is using the sword as like a surfboard.
Yeah.
Going through what we think is a a desert,
Mhm.
but then he's actually underwater. That tripped me the fuck up. I'm like, oh shit. So that it looks interesting. Am I gonna play it? I don't know. I am not gonna say I'm going to play it because there's a bunch of games that I said I'm gonna play and I still haven't touched.
Yeah. Yep.
One that caught my attention was Immortals of Aveum.
Yes.
And
Yes.
one of the reasons is I was watching the trailer. What the fuck? I was watching the trailer and I noticed one of the characters is played by Gina Torres. Gina Torres, I'm watching the show Suits now. Lola, you're in love with this woman. Oh, I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Sorry, I am. I love
So-
that woman. She's so pretty.
Gina Torres, she is this Cuban actress. She's on Suits. She's also in 911 Lone Star.
She used to be Morpheus' wife?
Yeah, in not Morpheus.
The second Matrix.
No, it wasn't.
In real life she was Morpheus' wife. In the
Oh.
second Matrix she was the guy with the dreadlocks. He's part of the crew from one of
he's
the
the
ships.
captain.
Oh yeah. His wife. Beautiful woman. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
In Suits, she's a badass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys are not familiar with the show Suits, it's about lawyers in New York City.
I am familiar with it. I've seen a ton of like shorts on YouTube.
It's funny. It caught my attention on TikTok.
Yeah. Yep.
So
For me, it's almost always like YouTube.
yeah,
Like you'll see videos on YouTube and shit like that. And I'm probably going to start watching it at some point.
Highly recommend it.
look at the cat.
Just for the eye candy alone. She's so pretty.
So that's why it caught my attention.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think she's a great actress. So I can't wait to see what she does in the game. She's one of the Immortals, so we'll see.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting one because it's like a cross between sci-fi and medieval fantasy, kind of like a quest for revenge story, and like it really looks like an interesting one. And it's
Right.
I think I might play that one at some point when it comes out. And we actually got a definite release date for that one, July 20th.
Yep. Granblue Fantasy Relink. Resident Evil 4 on VR.
That one might be interesting.
Yeah. I thought you were done with zombies. Moving on.
That's one of the few
I
exceptions
know.
because that's a fucking classic.
Right,
Like,
I know.
Literally. It's one of the last it was the last decent Resident Evil game until fucking Village, which I
Yeah.
haven't finished yet.
The Plucky Squire kind of looked not my cup of tea.
It's an interesting little thing. It's kind of it seems like a top-down RPG.
Right.
Like in the vein, like the classic, like the classic, like SNES, Sega Genesis,
Right.
era, and then with like some mixed in with like, oh, you're going into another dimension, which is basically the real world or some shit like that. Which
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting, but I don't know if I'm gonna play it.
We got Neva. Cat Quest 2. Pirates of the Purribean. Meow.
I laughed when I saw that title, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
It's funny. I actually wrote meow because I thought it was funny because at the end of the trailer they finished the trailer with meow. It wasn't even a cat doing it. It was the announcer. It was funny. Teardown, which it's already I think it's a PC game. It's coming to console.
Yep.
The Talos Principle II.
That one seems like an interesting one because it's what the fuck was it? It's a basically a puzzle game played in
Right.
first person.
Right. Crossfire Sierra, which it's a VR game, which actually I'm kind of interested in. Ultros, and is that it? No.
See, I'm interested in the PSVR games, but what I'm not interested on is spending $500.
Yeah, right.
On the VR, yeah. One game that caught my attention was Foam Stars.
That caught my attention in the wrong way.
It gave me a vibe of a PlayStation version of Splatoon.
Yes.
Same colors.
Literally what I wrote
This-
down was Splatoon ripoff.
I put a PlayStation version of Splatoon.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy, Help Wanted 2, Towers of Gasba.
That one is another interesting one that I'm looking at.
And one thing that we haven't talked about, Project Q.
Underwhelming.
It looked to me like it's not its own thing. It looked
Because
to me
it's
like it's
not.
an extension.
Yeah,
to-
you would be streaming the PlayStation 5 on it.
It's basically it's an updated remote play is what it is. So
Right.
they're trying to, it's Sony's way, I guess, to try and capitalize on the Switch's success, but they did it wrong. Like
Yeah.
it's not, I don't see it catching on. And
It's
I
not a
don't think it will.
PSP.
Right.
It's an extended screen at the end of the day.
Think PlayStation's version of the Wii U.
Right.
That's pretty much what it is, and
Right.
it's not like I'm calling it right now. It's not going to catch on, and it's not going to sell.
And the PlayStation earbuds.
Yeah.
Those-
So with the
those are
Razer
not-
ones, they're doing a competition, I guess. With them. So what? I don't know. I just me having AirPods and worry about them. I mean, they charge fast, but just another thing to be charged. You know, like I'm just
Right.
done with charging shit. Especially
Yeah,
when I don't know the battery life on it. I didn't see much of it in the showcase. I didn't look. I knew they were coming, but I didn't see any information of it. Did they mention if there was going to be any, like the battery life and whatnot of it?
I
Not
don't
in the
think that they mentioned
showcase.
any of that.
And yeah, I don't think they have gone into detail, at least not as far as I'm aware. It's been 5 or 6 days since the showcase, so I imagine they've put something out at this point. Maybe.
I checked the website yesterday and there was still nothing.
Oh shit. Well,
That's the one thing that when I look at, because I watch the Apple showcases, and as soon as the showcase is over, the website is updated for upcoming things, or even when they showcase something, it goes on pre-order immediately as soon as the showcase is over. They don't give us that. Granted, they give us something new every year, and it's not really new. It's just like spraying perfume on a casket sometimes. But they don't give us something that is not done. They don't show us, oh, we might do, because they've learned from the past. They've learned of things that they said they were going to do and never did, or it didn't work. So that's one thing that I have to give to Apple, that when they announce something, it's because it's coming. And immediately.
Justin is so happy.
Yeah, and I understand how Justin feels. I get how he feels, but it's an example. Is I hate that you gave us something and now we don't have any information about it. So I'm like, okay, great. Guess what? I remember today because we were talking about it, but unless I see it on YouTube that it came out and a YouTuber is reviewing it, that's when I remember again.
Mm.
So,
well, I'm not. I can say almost for sure that like unless I'd have to see like reviews on it before I'd even consider with those wireless earbuds, because like I have a set, I would have to be able to use it for my phone. And based on what I've seen thus far with those new ones, you can. And so, hey, that's cool. But like, I'm not going to buy a set of wireless earbuds specifically for PlayStation because of the way my setup is. Like, I have everything as far as audio, like spidered into the PC, the monitor, which all my game systems are hooked up to, and then all of that into my Go XLR. And so pretty much for me, everything has to be wired so that I don't have to change my headset. I can just keep this on and switch to whoever I want, and I can still hear it.
Right.
And so having like wireless stuff like that, unless it's somehow connected into through some kind of wire or what have you, into my PC or Go XLR somewhere, then it's just not going to work.
Right.
Those are not gear for people that stream for sure, because they know people have their setups, and even if you need to stream, you'll have to basically just stream with the PlayStation, and people do it, like, but the quality of the camera and whatnot is not going to be the best. So they're definitely not catering to them.
Right. One thing that not that you mentioned that, and I've been looking how to be more unique when I'm doing my streams. And one thing that I wanted to do, and it's probably gonna suck, it was to get like a helmet, like a Spider-Man helmet, and stream with that. But my concern was headsets. So I think that there's some people that wear masks and things like that when they're streaming. I think having a earbud set that is made for gaming, I think it's those people are going to buy it. You said that Razer has one, so I would go with Razer if I was going to go that route than PlayStation. But that's just me. But that's one thing that I would consider him for, if I'm literally going to have something on my head that I can't have my headset on.
And unless like the PlayStation ones are gonna be like those for Razer Hammerhead, they have a USB dongle, so you can plug it into a computer, and those, that way it will work. However, people like you having your own like the Wave XLR, and if you'd like to listen to your own voice, it's not gonna work because you're not plugging it into the device.
Right.
So it depends on what people like.
Pretty much it's geared towards the person that's just playing games on their consoles, period. So for guys like, for people like us, where all of our audio is coming out through some kind of specialized source, whether it's Yati's with the Rodecaster or the Go XLR or the Wave XLR, it's got to be set up a certain way, and it has to be all or nothing in that case.
Yeah, I think it will be good for casual gamers that really don't stream, especially if they are priced like the headset for the PlayStation 5. As I've seen that it might be around $100, which is a lot cheaper than even the Razers, because they're like $220 or $230. So if they go with that price, they more likely will sell quite a bit of it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have anything else on that? No? All right.
No.
So let's take a very short break. I need some water. And then when we come back, we have Lola's theories. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, please. Don't. Love you. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to this amazing 50th episode. And now that you heard everything about PlayStation, let's talk about what we really want to hear. It's Lola's theories. So Lola, take it away. Tell us what your theories for today are.
Okay. I have 2 in 1 for theory number 1. And we talked about this during the weekend is John Wick as Neo or is Neo. So first part of that theory, just because what we talked about is different from what I found on the internet. Essentially, the Matrix is creating the criminal world for Neo, for Neo's insistent need to get out. And essentially, it's giving it like boss fights. That's why every movie, like he's fighting little people, and then he gets to the one big guy.
Mhm.
And it's for him not to be able to get out, rather than what we talked about during the weekend, which was the Matrix is using Neo's like fighting powers as to create energy to power the Matrix.
Right.
Yeah.
Because his powers are they're a source of energy to the
Mhm.
Matrix, which we can see in the last movie that he's in the last movie when they show, or not the last movie, but the third movie, where when they show the Matrix outside of the Matrix, the robot,
Yeah.
and they show him, they're both a energy source.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what, instead of using humans as an energy source, they use Neo's powers as energy source. Because as long as he's alive, it's unlimited power. And
Yeah.
what Laura, I've been watching the for some reason the John Wick movies. Like I throughout the whole weekend, I just watch all 3, and I had read this theory and I brought it up to her, and I'm like, hey, I don't know if that's something that you want to talk about.
Yes.
And it's pretty interesting. So continue, please.
See, but that's the thing, though. We talked about it being one thing, but then when I was researching earlier, it was the other way around. It's the instead of the Matrix, using him as power. Although I guess that makes sense. It's using Neo as power, but also at the same time, it's giving it obstacles to knock it out. Okay, that makes sense.
Which is what I also said. The Matrix is keeping him busy.
Yeah.
So
I missed
so he
that
doesn't
part.
so he doesn't think to get out. Such as
Yeah.
here's a point. Larry Fishburne.
Mm-hmm.
He's in both.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
and he is a kind of the Matrix puts him there as someone that he recognizes and he goes to for help.
Mhm.
And just to make him realize or think that he's around people that he knows.
Kind of to like assimilate that he's in a safe place, sort
Right.
of.
And not only that, but if we look back at the last Matrix movie, when he comes out, he has the beard, the long hair, just how he
Mhm.
does in the John Wick movies.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was waiting for somebody to say something. Ryan, who the hell is Larry Fishburne?
Gina Torres' ex-husband.
Lawrence Fishburne.
It's my Hispanic. Well,
Nerds don't words good.
He actually went by Larry Fishburne. Fishburne.
I feel like we
Larry
opened a
is
can of worms.
Ariel's son.
You stupid.
That was good.
Fishborn.
That was really good.
But he went by Larry in the first Matrix movies, and then he went by Lawrence. You're welcome. And Ryan, you can go fuck yourself. All right. Another theory since. Yes, I am blaming my Hispanic. And it's not a Hispanic side. It's my Hispanic
He's
being.
full Hispanic. Yeah. Like frijoles bean?
This side's
Yeah.
Hispanic. This side's Hispanic. This side's Hispanic.
This side is Hispanic. All right.
Anyways,
give me
theory
another
two.
theory.
Okay, this is a Stranger Things theory. And is that Eddie Munson is not actually dead. Spoiler alert for everybody that hasn't gotten there.
Still haven't.
Well, my apologies, man.
It's been a while.
Is what it is.
It's been a while.
We've been over this before. It's been long enough. If you're gonna spoil it, just do it. It's my
Okay.
own fault for having not seen it.
Everybody's dead and everything is on fire.
Ryan in the chat, I'm not convinced you're not a white dude with a good tan.
Hey, at least I have a good tan.
That is a fair assessment. So the theory is that Eddie Munson is not actually dead, and he's gonna return as the D&D character Cass, the vampire, or the Bloody Hand did, or something else. He has various names. And from what I could read about the D&D, there's not much history or anything regarding him. But essentially, Cass was loyal to Vecna until the soul of Cass whispered and convinced him to murder Vecna and usurp her power. So essentially taking over the Upside Down.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's my theory. Ryan had a theory. Well, I'm excited
good
for season
theory.
I
5
am
Yeah.
too.
because even though it's so popular, they always said that it was going to be 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Regardless of how popular the show is. And they said, we're not going to dive into spin-offs. We're not going to do any of that. We're closing the book, and that is it.
And 10 years
Which-
after, they're gonna do a remake.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
see
would
that
say
as
Netflix
likely.
would buy it, but it's already Netflix, so. it
Hey,
is
did
what
you
it
see
is.
that Netflix started the home stuff?
No, what?
The like you can only have one account per.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
They killed password sharing, which means that if you want to share your password with somebody outside your household for them to use it in their house, you have to pay extra.
which they
That's
already had that because
stupid.
kind of. They
Not really.
Well, they had different plans. You had 1 screen, 2 screens, whatever. So it's like adding another screen. Just they named it differently now. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's just, oh well.
Well, did you see the post from?
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, I posted that on Facebook, and then Prime would like, who's watching, and it says everyone who has our password.
Netflix has been getting roasted to no end for that decision.
I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna last.
I don't see it lasting long because they're already losing subscribers
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna keep losing subscribers. Right now I don't even pay for mine because mine's included in my T-Mobile account. So
Right.
I don't pay for mine either. I just steal other people's. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think it's our fault. We said something about sharing our accounts on here.
Yeah, but also like
They're listening.
it's not gonna make me
Who's
want to get
watching?
my own either. It's
Right.
that's one of those subscriptions that you have because other people have, not because you want to get it, but because like, oh, there is one movie, cool.
Or it
But
was like the
it
first big
extends to that
one.
one movie.
Right.
It was the first big one, like that everybody had to have,
Yeah.
but they have gone down the hill.
Yeah.
Ryan in the chat. I hear Larry Fishburne was pissed about the next Netflix thing.
Shut up, Ryan.
No, keep going.
It's funny. I think that now all these other companies are going to base their ads around this.
You
if-
can
of
password
course.
share.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
They're gonna
it's gonna be like, this is the monthly subscription, and at the end of the ad is, and you can share it with anybody.
And you can share with
Yup.
I
anybody.
mean, Blockbuster killed it with that freaking tweet they did. Was it a tweet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if Netflix would have been petty, they could have responded right back. And where are you now? So that right there could have killed that whole tweet, but it was funny.
They lost a chance.
Yeah.
Right in the chat. Lewis has screwed up about every name he has said on this episode.
Yes, I have. This was supposed to be recorded yesterday.
Oh man.
Leave me alone, Ryan. All right.
No, I think the other streaming services are going to find a way to capitalize on this and use that to their advantage to try and steal subscribers away from Netflix.
Oh, definitely.
And I think the question is, how long is Netflix going to wait before they do a 180 and reverse this?
Right. And not only that, but yeah, we're going to have to get our own accounts now. So I can watch this one movie that you have on there that's going to be there for the next 3 days.
That's what I mean. All the good movies that they had, they've taken out, and then they've just put on like shitty Netflix like teenage
Originals.
rom-coms.
Yeah.
Well, teenage rom-coms like I'm not gonna name any of them actually.
Because you've seen them all.
No, just in case.
Yeah. I have COVID. Thanks, Ryan. No, I've been sick for the last 5 days.
Oh shit.
And yesterday, I'm never sick this long. If I get sick, it hits me hard for 1 day and that's it. But yesterday, I got sick on Thursday night and I was kind of feeling it. And then Friday, it just hit me and I had to go home from work. And yesterday, I was still sick. And I'm like, this is not just a flu. And I took a COVID test and I'm like, immediately, it was no waiting. It's just wait 15 minutes, immediately positive. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Great.
Yeah. So Justin, I'm glad that you were off on Friday because I went to see Sarah at her job because I needed to eat something. And I'm like, I'm just going to go see my wife. And I asked Justin, hey, like, you here, bro? He's like, no, I'm off. Like, fuck. So I'm glad you were off. If not, you have COVID too.
Would have been the first time, actually.
Mine's the third time.
Oh, lovely.
To almost to a year because this is the last time I had COVID was 4 days after before the accident, and that was May 11th, the accident.
Good.
So, yay for COVID.
Yeah.
For those that are in Florida and don't believe in COVID, I've had it 3 times, motherfuckers. All right, Lola, you have another theory?
Not a theory of would you rather.
Oh, go
Ooh.
for it.
All right, option 1, guys. Resurrection. But every time you resurrect, you lose a portion of your sanity. Or lightning, like lightning bending, but you have no resistance to it. That means if you get hit, you're fucked.
But I can control it.
You can control it, but
That
if you
means-
lose focus just one time, you might just get hit with your own lightning.
But I can control it.
Well,
But
yeah.
you can control it.
Are
Ah.
you? Is the lightning attracted to you?
Most likely.
Because that's a problem.
Okay, but also if you're like, let's just say it's raining, right? You're outside, you're fighting your arch nemesis. You're all wet. You're controlling lightning. He hits you, right? You lose focus for 1 second. You hate yourself.
What if my suit is made out of rubber? And if I use rubber,
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Smart.
then I can. I mean, I could withstand it a
So-
little bit. I guess I don't know.
So just make yourself a really
out of
big
wood.
condom and. But here's the kicker. You can control lightning, but it still kill you if you touch it. But you're allergic to rubber.
Oh,
It's latex free, I guess.
that
I
would
don't know.
Yeah.
suck.
Man, that would fucking suck. Just like Ryan, I almost said that too. I was like, I don't have any sanity left now, so I think I'll be okay.
We're all a little mad here.
I don't think I would like to live forever or resurrect or whatever. So I am okay with the lightning bending thing.
Same.
Nice.
If you resurrect, do you have memory of your previous life?
I want to say probably. Or perhaps not. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's like a vampire thing.
It's your
or
would
like...
you rather. Give me
I didn't
what's
make
your
them
rules?
up. I just found them on the internet.
Well, then
Okay, then you don't remember and nothing. You don't
Then
remember
yes.
nothing because you died. Because it doesn't make sense for you to remember anything if you're fucking dead. Clean slate.
yes, I would do
Resurrection.
resurrection.
But
And
also
you would
you
just
keep
wake up-
losing a little bit of your sanity. Just
That's what
keep
Yeah,
that
you
in
wake
mind.
up one
You
day just
lose-
all crazy.
You progressively become more and more insane as you resurrect, even though regardless of whether you remember your past life or not, you become more and more insane to the point where the next time you resurrect, you're just like you have no idea who you are. You're completely fucked, and you just you have nobody knows what the fuck's gonna happen, and then you wind up just killing a ton of random people at that point.
But
You
also
know
it
that
makes
you know-
sense.
I have already chosen this. You don't have to sell me on it.
But also it makes sense if you're like losing your memories. Like if you're losing your sanity every time you resurrect if you don't have any memories, because it's like you're losing your humanity.
Pretty much, you literally have no control over yourself. You have
Okay.
you do not know who you are.
Okay,
Right.
but here's the thing. Who you can control lightning. But who said that there's supervillains out there? Who are you fighting with lightning?
Everyone
Well, that's why I said like let's
that
just
will
say
resurrect.
hypothetically that you're just fighting your arch nemesis. Although if one of you chooses lightning and the other one chooses the resurrection thing and he loses his mind and goes
I'm going to
banana
hug that
balls,
motherfucker.
you can fucking just zap.
Like, try to kill me. The only way you're gonna kill me is with lightning. But I'm hugging you.
True.
Go for
But
it.
I'll just.
But
I'm
what if
just
you're
gonna
made
go
of rubber?
for pedophiles.
I'll see you on the other side.
Okay,
wait, I won't.
Let me propose a third option now that you guys have made your choices. As an alternate, you already have powers, just keep that in mind. You can also have like laser vision, but once you turn it on, you can't turn it off.
So like Cyclops.
Like
then I guess I'm-
Cyclops.
Some glasses like Cyclops.
We're not there yet. Technologically technologically speaking.
Then I'll be lightning bending with a blindfold.
So technically, you'd be a daredevil.
A
Yeah.
what?
You'd be daredevil because you're covering your eyes so you
Well,
can't see. But if you do take them off, you're burning a lot of people.
I don't think that's how Daredevil works, but
Devil, I was going with the devil burning.
Mm.
And
Okay.
you have
I
to
still
dare to do
wouldn't-
it.
I still wouldn't go
Daredevil.
with the. I still wouldn't go with the resurrection. Because that's
Right,
you
but
know,
you already have the
losing-
light bending. Are you gonna stick with the light bending, or are you gonna go with the laser stuff? You can't have both, by the way, Ariel. It's one.
Oh yeah, no, I'll stay with the lightning.
Lightning.
Same.
Okay. Lightning. Louis.
I'm staying with the resurrection.
I mean, it will be cool to be Cyclops though, even if I
Yeah.
can't stop it.
You're just constantly.
What was that? What was that?
That's funny.
Killing everything.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have another one or are you good now?
No, that was about it. It was option 1 and option 2, and option 3 was more for my like shits and giggles.
Shits and giggles.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. I think that is it for this 50th episode.
Woo!
Yay!
Woohoo! Now let's get to 500. Fuck the 100. Let's get to 500.
1,000. Like I
Okay.
said, now we're
Joe
gonna
Rogan,
do
we're coming.
we're gonna do
Yeah.
5 episodes a week. So our editor go crazy.
Yeah, no. Shit, he's already going insane by resurrecting, but it is what it is. All right. With that being said, we are at the end of the episode. Thank you, Ryan, for the previously on this week. And that shit was hilarious. Thank you, Lola, for your theories. Thank you, PlayStation, for giving us a lot of games that we're excited about. We still don't know how we feel. Well, I don't know how I feel about Project Q. I already see how you guys feel about Project Q, but in the earbuds, fantastic. Thank you, PlayStation. And don't forget to go to our website, thenerdarchive.com, where you can find all of our episodes. You don't have to go anywhere else to go find them. They're all there. And make sure that you check out our online shop. Everything that we talk about here, there's a lot of things on there with quotes and things that we say on the show. Also, if you are a nerd, you're going to love all of our prints and stuff that we have on there. So, and that our shop helps us create more content for you guys. The reason I don't think I need to explain that, but it does. Make sure you join our Discord just to find people just like yourself. If you have any questions about tech, if you have any questions about any characters, movies, or if you want to know what the next great movie is,
Ryan in the chat. I want a Larry Fishburne shirt.
I am
Me
going to
too.
make that.
Me
If I
too.
make that happen, it's going to be on there. Actually, as soon as we're done here, I'll make that happen just for you.
Hey, can you make him with like half fish, but with his face?
How about if I just figure out what I'm going to do first?
I just gave you half Larry King, half fish.
So half dead sounds good. Half skeleton. Oof. Okay.
A Matrix fish.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's gonna
Put
be
the glasses on him.
Yes, and the trench coat.
Yeah. And the trench coat.
Fantastic.
He's
you,
like,
guys.
hey, hate you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Half
shut up.
King, half fish.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys again. We'll see you next episode. You guys are fantastic. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I lost it.